What is investment success? Restart. What does investment success mean to you? Today, we're talking about 3 primary drivers that can get you there. Stick around. Welcome back. Chad and Mike here. And today we're talking about the 3 primary drivers of your investment success. And the first one, a key, is investment behavior.
Yeah, now think about how you acted this last March when the market was declining very rapidly, or think about the global financial crisis from 2007 to 2009. That is, how you act in extreme situations. Either are you greedy or are you fearful, will be a big driver of your success.
Yeah, with markets moving, 7 to 12% in a day, back like we had in March, it's very difficult to make decisions in that time frame. And it's easy to sit back and say you'll make a decision or forecast that you'll make a good decision. But when you're in the heat of it, it's important to have a strategy in place to make those decisions. And probably it's the most important driver of the 3. The second one, asset allocation.
Yeah, this is kind of the fancy investment terminology for how much you own in stocks and bonds, U.S. versus foreign companies. But the reality is it's a big driver of your results. Some studies show up to 90% of your investment performance is driven by this decision. But it's only one of the 3 drivers. And the third one is we're going to talk about today.
And we also come to that idea of what has performed the best recently. And many of us can get concentrated in one area of your asset allocation. And diversification, of course, is the only free lunch in investing. So it's an important aspect to make sure that you are diversifying across the spectrum and just to take a look at what is actually in the investments that you're using. The third one that we're looking at here, and this is the one where people love to talk about the most at dinner parties, what investments are you actually using?
Yeah, no, we're going to talk about in the podcast today more about how we determine at Financial Symmetry what investments we select for our clients and give an example of a mutual fund company we use. But really we're looking at, do they have an ethical company culture? Is it low cost? Is it based upon an evidence-based process or research? Is it tax efficient? How is the long-term track record? And is it repeatable? Is it not dependent upon one individual or individuals that drive results, or is it based upon a process that can repeat, years and years ahead of time?
Yeah. So our goal here is to help you ask questions about these areas in your own investment strategy. How deep have you thought about that and setting up? And then how often do you review it? Because that can be a good insight into understanding the quality of the long-term strategy that you're using. And then we're going to have a quiz. Actually, we're going to put in the show notes that you can take 14 questions, 2 minutes, really quick quiz about your investor composure, right? That first topic we talked about, the investment behavior, it'll really give you a lot of insight into anticipating how you'll react if you face those tough and volatile times again. I think can be very valuable in your treasure trove of decision making that you're going to make around it, because these mistakes with your investments can be very costly in the long run.
No, those are great points, Chad. And I think, check out the podcast. You can learn more about, one part of your investment plan, which is the investment selected, which, as Chad mentioned, will be a big driver of your long-term investment success.
And if you'd like to find out more about overall financial planning, making decisions around if you should refinance or not, if you have your estate plan in order, how is your spending tracking against your financial plan, anything like that, you can subscribe. We have a lot of other episodes on topics of that nature that can set you on the right path and get you some education and understanding the right way to make decisions. Appreciate you joining us.